Look at this. I got green lamp and then green t-shirt. We're talking about the green god Mercury. I don't know. Does this help? Does it add anything to the aesthetics? I don't think so. Anyway, today we're dealing with Mercury as the Atmakaraka in your 11th house. Planet with the highest degree in your birth chart, which is the Atmakaraka, is in the 11th house. And remember, on my Karis vlogs, I've put milk and money creation remedy and my retrograde Jupiter analysis in 6 videos almost with remedies. Okay. So check that out on Karis vlogs. And if you need to know which planet is your Atmakaraka, you can go to karisastrology.com where you'll find my books, reports, consultations, and link to my academy, Magav the Astrology Academy, where you'll also find Karis vlogs. So Mercury in the 11th house. See, so, and remember, a lot of people keep still asking. Every single video I say this, but I know you're not going to watch the video that is not connected with your chart. We don't include Uranus, Neptune, Pluto, Rahu, Ketu. We only include Sun, Moon, Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn. 7 bodies of, the physical bodies that are out there. Okay. So now one thing you will notice with Mercury in the 11th house, because Atmakaraka is here to teach you lessons, right? Without that, there's no need for Atmakaraka, especially Chara Atmakaraka. But Mercury being the Atmakaraka shows you will make so many communication mistakes. And redundantly, you will make those mistakes. Because here, Mercury becomes very cold with its communication. Sometimes very harsh, very direct, very straightforward with their communication. Meaning, especially, Mercury can be a little bit quite truthful. Okay. Sure, if some sign, if you look at, it may not be so truthful. But usually Mercury wants to be truthful here. And this is why such people have the hardest time either creating friendships, social circles, network circles, or even dealing with business dealings. And now, see, if Mercury is not the Atmakaraka, I wouldn't be saying the same thing. Mercury as a non-Atmakaraka will do different, completely opposite. Here you will see, person will have, because see, 11th house is a Bhadakesh. No matter what the ascendant is, it is a Bhadakesh, natural Bhadakesh. Sometimes the 11th house is known as Mahabhadakesh. Because there are different things for different ascendants. You'll find one is a Bhadakesh, like for Capricorn ascendant. It would be Scorpio, that would become a Bhadakesh. Okay? And for Capricorn ascendant, 2nd house becomes a Mahabhadakesh. So 11th house is a Bhadakesh house. And so here we see obstacle comes in your path of education as the Atmakaraka. Because sometimes you will choose the wrong education which will not help you. And you will go back and try to correct that education if you have the ability and the time. And if you have the right guidance in your life. If Jupiter looks at this Mercury, you will see you will ultimately get the right guidance to find the right education. But at the same time, look at the life of your maternal aunts and uncles, how it was. It would have been quite full of obstacles, especially if you also have a younger sister. And especially such a person, usually when Mercury is the Atmakaraka in the 11th house, I would not advise this person to do business. Unless there's a combination to do business, okay, fine. But usually don't do business by yourself. You should do business in partnership. Or you should do with the administrative side or back-end side. Whether you're a CEO, CFO, CTO, COO, that's fine. But to be the owner of a business, because you're supposed to learn lessons here. Okay, you're going to make lessons where 11th house, which is gains, right? Fulfilling the desires. Your communication will cause that gain to be stuck. Okay. And also you will notice with this Mercury as the Atmakaraka, such people, like if this is your Mercury, you will say things so cold to someone, whether it's your spouse, children, and then later on, sometimes you may not even apologize for what you said. But if you do, you will come back and do the same thing again. It's like for these people, they'll say things in such a cold manner, but they'll repeatedly say it, even though repeatedly they will apologize. Like lesson not learned. The lesson simply revived and revised again. That's what happens. But it also takes two to clap. So you will see some people who have their Mercury, okay, from this person's Mercury, if your Mercury is in the 4th house or 6th house from this individual, or 10th house or 4th house from this person's Mercury, yeah, you're the one who are really going to feel the main brunt of this particular person with Mercury. And especially you will see like they can be and like one of the desires for these people you will see. And remember, it's a desire. I'm not saying it's going to happen. But all Mercury Atmakaraka people in the 11th house have a desire to find recognition through writing. They want to be known for some writing. They always will talk about, I want to write this book. I want to work on this book. As soon as they start writing, it becomes just obstructed. Like, like a writer's block come in, it blocks. It blocks. Because remember, what is the 11th house? Badakesh. It's going to bring some obstacle connected with this Mercury. This doesn't mean that a person will not make or may not make money. They'll make money. But when it comes to a certain strong significance, a person is going to learn lessons. And at least till minimum of 32, you will screw up big time. Unless, like I said, if Jupiter looks at your Mercury, you will be saved. Otherwise, this Mercury is going to make mistakes with their selling, marketing, communications, where it's just not going to work out into their favor. But like I said, mostly all planets do well in the 11th house. Okay. But see, and remember, it's mainly for the significance of this Mercury. Like younger sister, maternal aunts, that becomes their life becomes the badak and obstacle. But in your case, it'll be a little different. Like, especially in a job scenario, you can do really well. Venus is with your Mercury. Jupiter looks at it. Yes, you will do well, but still, you will screw up, but it won't be felt so much. But it's going to be felt. Okay? And because Mercury is in the 11th house, you will also see the communication between your father, okay, between your father and his sibling will cause some rift. The communication between your children, you and your children, it'll cause certain obstacles, especially until they turn 15, 16. Up to that point, suddenly you will see you will burst into yelling, burst into like just brushing them off very strongly. Also with Mercury in the 11th house, some information related to either sibling, okay, or some organization you will always hide. Who you worked for, who you're working for, what you're doing, you will hide half the aspects and you will only reveal half the aspect. And this is again, regardless of the sign. With the sign, sure, we'll find out more. But there's this foundational energy that is in the 11th house. That is always going to be manifesting through any and every planet. Okay. So this was our Mercury in the 11th house as your Atmakaraka. And again, if you're new to my channel, subscribe below. So you don't miss this type of videos. So if you want to know where your Mercury's placed, all your astrological details, check out the link here, KarisAstrology.com. And remember, on Karis Vlogs, I put up that milk and milk and wealth creation remedy and Jupiter retrograde on Karis Vlogs. Otherwise, we'll see you later. Bye-bye.